Good morning, Morris. I did get to pat him on the head once yesterday, but he's still playing shy boy, even with his buddies down here, Marty and, well, Stripes between my feet. Come on, Morris. Come here, bud. Come on. Marty's right here eating. Stripes right here. They'll protect you. Well, there's Ruby, and here's Tux. Stripes at my feet, so Tux isn't sure he's totally happy about that, are you, bud? Good morning. Not supposed to rain today, 73. Ruby's looking spotless. Don worked on her a bit in the garage after we got home last night just to give her a little touch up. It spit on the cars on the way back from Tesla. Well, there's that pretty blue sky again. It'll be shifting times really soon to where that's not what's happening on the front porch in the morning, but for now, I'm enjoying it. Alright, it's Thursday. Johnny and I are wishing it was Friday. We're just tired. Good morning, Ruby. Well, it looks like a clearing sky makes for a pretty sky this morning. We always get better sky color when the sky isn't totally clear. Clouds really make a difference. Yep, super nice day coming up today, and then a little system moves through overnight, and little colder for the weekend, but not frigid in the 50s. Because of rocks, I'm not too happy to be behind him, but he's got good mud flaps and his cover on, so I'll remain calm. It just worked out that way. I haven't been able to get around him. He's pretty powerful, so he's keeping up with traffic well. But the reason why I started filming is I went through the stoplight at Hilltop Needmore, and right as I was going through the intersection, the forward collision warning went off, and I am on autopilot, so I don't get dinged for that in my safety score. So that was, you know, several thousand feet closer to the stoplight than it normally goes off. I don't know what is going on with that intersection. But like I said, that's the first time it's done it actually at the light. Normally it does it before then, and no braking whatsoever. Just an alert, a visible alert on the driver instrument cluster, and an audible alert. No braking whatsoever. She doesn't miss a beat on speed, so I'm sort of over it now. It doesn't startle me really anymore, but something going on there. And I have to say, I've been using autopilot a lot more lately, but mostly on 2-lane roads, not 1-lane roads. And I haven't been having any phantom braking events, none. I would tell you if I was. It may be, you know, the places I'm choosing to use autopilot. I don't really see, you know, FSD has these slowdowns where the car is thinking, but that's not really a phantom braking thing. That's just where, come on, make up your mind what you're going to do, go, versus, you know, just being wide open and slowing for no reason. So, I don't know. I'm not really seeing it with Jules either, but I know some of you are seeing it, so I'm just reporting on what we're seeing. And of course, Ruby's on a higher software level now. So just to clarify, Don and I determined, based on the reading of what service did yesterday and inspection of the car, that they did not actually put on any of the new cameras yet because they didn't have all of them to put on. But I think we have a good plan now for exactly what's needed, and get her done. I half suspect Ruby's the first older Model X in Raleigh they'll have installed the new cameras on. I can be wrong about that, but I'm thinking that that's a maybe. So at any point, we've got a plan now. I'm a happy camper. I'm driving my car this morning and all is good. We're on time to get across town by 7:23, so probably 7:25. That's good. Don and I are talking avocados through the car messaging this morning. There's a import ban right now, and it's kind of complicated, and the newspaper did a much better job of explaining what was really going on, short of the headlines trying to freak people out because they won't be able to buy avocados. The timing of the Super Bowl ad was a little ill-fated. We're not noticing that they're not in stores yet, but we could be. Now, don't everybody go out and stock up on extra Like we did with the toilet tissue. Just buy what you need for this week. They don't store long-term well anyway. Every morning on the way out, I just hope that nobody comes down this little narrow lane, especially because of that shrub there on the right, until I get out to the end. So this morning is a good morning. I don't like it, it's too narrow. So I do understand that for cars, and I think it was limited to 3s and Ys, but certainly not older X and S, that the driver profile is back on the screen now, at least in certain cases. I'm switching in the morning, every morning, from Marianne to drive-through and from drive-through to Marianne, and I need it to be right there where I can get to it, and pick and switch back and forth. Although Johnny generally does it for me on the way in, I don't have him in the car to do it on the way out. My mirrors are just pointed down in drive-through, otherwise all the other settings are the same. That's the only difference, is the mirrors are basically in the backup position, but I'm going forward. So hopefully Jules will get it back whenever she gets an update, which she still doesn't have an update. I think we must be on the naughty list now. I'm just kidding. She'll get an update when it's the right thing. You know, we just really don't understand all of the, you know, things that go into determining which cars get what updates when, right? We just don't really know. So I'm not complaining. I'm just anxious. I'm excited for the next new stuff from Tesla. And Johnny yesterday is like, Mom, where's the dash cam button? Because he wanted to hit it and save something to go back and look at. There was a fancy Corvette and he wanted to see it in more detail or go back and figure out what it was for sure. And I understand that button's coming back too. I don't know how you 3 and Y people living without the button up there, and I'm guessing latest X and S refresh too, because you know, sometimes you need that button like right there. I don't personally understand the strategy of minimize things to the point where you don't have what you need. And that top bar there, like that, I don't know, centimeter and a half an inch, whatever, across the top, maybe they should make that customizable too, because down at the bottom they're bigger and it's a little more limited in space. But anyway, so I hope Jules gets that update soon, because when I was driving yesterday, I missed the profile and I missed the dash cam like right away. I missed those buttons. I don't pay attention driving from the environmental park back to the house after our walk. It's not far enough to care about too much. But when I was out driving, I cared. There was a near rear end accident this morning. And the main reason why I'm looking is that I really want to see, you know, what caused it. If there was a car basically in the left-hand lane that caused it. Well, first off, there was the pickup truck jumped and almost hit the truck in front of him, but it looked like they were already stopped pretty good. But watch this car. I don't know, they moved a little bit. And then they came back to a stop and he almost hit the car in front of him. I guess they were rolling more than I thought they were. That was, let's watch it from the side. I guess, yeah, I don't know if this is probably I'm not close enough to it to actually see anything other than the side camera. You know, I have to be in front of things that happen to see more detail from the side. Not slightly behind, it won't do much, but yeah, it's dangerous out there in the morning, people not paying good attention. So there's the two pickup trucks, and he's got a pretty good bit of space right now. Oh wow, there was a bit of, he was a little slow to take off, this guy there. And then you can see, because he was slow to take off, he took off a little faster. I think it fooled the pickup truck driver behind him. Not that he shouldn't have been paying attention, though. By the cookout in the Bojangles, there was this bicyclist behind me. And he's, you know, in the lane of traffic. There's no real bike lane here. That's no fault of his. And he's got on his helmet, and he's got on a white shirt. So I am not finding fault about that. But he kept up with me pretty good going down the road, you know, the last half mile headed into the school here. And when we go to make the right around the corner by the Citrix, and he's hauling, because at some point over here, I'm doing 25, maybe even approaching 30. It's a 25 mile per hour speed limit, and he kept up with me pretty good. Remember, the dash cam makes it look like he's a little farther back than he really is. He's a little closer. Oh, it jumped. That's not nice. That wasn't nice at all. Okay, let's see if it jumps in, because there he is behind me. I wanted to show you where we take the curve. And it may be that, see, we're coming down here to take this curve. And he got really close behind me there. And I had to, you know, tried to let him know I'm turning. Yeah, see, if he's that close, he's close. And it was like, for a minute, I thought he was going to pass me. But I've got to yield here, so I've got to look for where I'm going. And as soon as I got through the yield, I put on my left turn signal so he wouldn't run me over. He got a little close there for a second on that downhill trend. I would recommend he just go a little slower through that intersection. And now we're on campus. Yeah. Yeah, you can see how close I have to be to the curve. I'm trying to just be off the cement, but on the cement. I just wanted to say that the kitty cat, the big cat statue, some of you might remember from several years ago, it is still standing. And they did move it to the far back corner of that lot away from the construction. I was just afraid they were gonna, I don't know how it got there or where it came from or who it belongs to or any of that, but I'm glad that they took the time, because that thing's got to weigh 1,000 pounds. It's just a huge honking piece of cement, that they took the time to fully move it out of the way of the construction. And maybe they'll put it in a more prominent spot afterward, and if not, at least it's safe back there in the corner. So I continue to very much enjoy this book. It's actually a 3-book box set. The Gunner Fox Trilogy or the Asteroid box set, depending on what you say. And they're fixing to mention SpaceX and Blue Origin.
Threat that even small objects posed. The requirement was modified in 2005 to include objects as small as 500 feet. Hapwell, who had been making her way through the ranks of NASA during those years, applauded the increased observation in the skies. In 2005, the budget for asteroid research was $12 million. Decades later, the budget was less than the original $12 million, despite a large increase to $150 million in 2018. Systematic budget cuts came a few years ago, and as a result, staff salaries were frozen, causing mass defections to private entities like SpaceX, owned by Elon Musk, and the Blue Origin project by Jeff Bezos. The private sector partnerships with two of the wealthiest people in the world had culminated in an outpost being established on the moon. The task of monitoring near-Earth threats remained with the government, and the need for early warning systems resulted in the continued development of PAN-STARRS, the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System in Hawaii.
You know, I've heard Elon mentioned in books, but mostly Tesla mentioned in books, but SpaceX and Blue Origin and Jeff Bezos, and that's a lot of, it's fictional, of course, what he said, I'm sure up to a point, but interesting. So this is pretty cool. In this case, the asteroid that is a potential impact, which I do believe this book is going to go through everything that happens as it approaches Earth, the trilogy. This large asteroid is hidden by a comet's tail, so it gets really close to us because we don't see it, because the tail is so clouded and full of other stuff, and it's hard to tell what's close to the tail and behind the tail. So anyway, I'm enjoying the book. I recommend Bobby Acart, and I'm trying to see if I see the name of the guy that's reading it, but he reads a lot of Bobby's books, and I really like him too. He's a good voice person. I've read quite a few books by this guy, and he's good. Chris Abernathy. So if you're listening to books on Audible, I really like Chris Abernathy. Wow, gas is up to $3.49. I know, it's much higher in California and Europe, I understand, but considering we were at $2.90 before Christmas, $3, that's a solid 50 cent, if not a 60 cent or higher increase. And you know, as much as I would like for people to be motivated to drive electric, in my case, mostly because I want cleaner air in my town. Let's start small and then think bigger. And less noise in my town and all that good stuff. You know, I don't want to do it through gas that people can't afford and that raise the price of goods at the store. So it's got to be in small steps, not... You know, nobody wants to be forced into anything. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what in particular I haven't read is driving that. Well, it's gone up 15 cents again in the last 10 days.
The sun's not shining. Where's the sun? It's supposed to be 75, but where's the sun?
Right, but it is already 60. We're just a smidge later than normal this morning, but
Yeah, just a little.
yeah, we should still be back in time for Dawn's 11 o'clock. I was working on yesterday's video and Dawn got tied up on a early morning conference call. So you were telling me you were reading in the newspaper about how important it is for people 65 and older to keep exercising.
Yeah.
So what did they, I mean, of course, but what did they say?
Well, it's good for, you know, the cognitive and, you know, it was a long article about move it or lose it.
Move it or lose it, okay. Yeah, well, I've read things about how important it is for balance, and since I'm in my 50s and already having some balance issues that probably stem back to in my 40s, I feel like it's very helpful to me on that perspective, but plus a bunch of other stuff. Well, this is our second time around. Yeah. I've had an update in the Tesla app. Dawn and I knew they were going to cancel the mobile appointment and tell us again that that work could not be done via mobile. And sure enough, they've rescheduled me for Monday, February the 28th at Raleigh. And I let them know kindly that a loaner would be appreciated if possible, because this girl's not taking an Uber. And I need 100 miles or better of driving, which I doubt there'll be enough Uber credits to contain that without interrupting Dawn's workday. I mean, obviously, I could shorten that down a little bit if Dawn took me back to later in the day to pick Ruby up, but I need to be in and out of Raleigh twice, if not 3 times. So we'll see what they say, if it's possible. I'm not planning on making a big stink of it, but it doesn't hurt to advocate for yourself and ask again. And they did say that they were sorry that they didn't complete the work yesterday, and I appreciate that. And it's not a huge deal. We were able to see what parts they ordered and that they have ordered the parts. So I do have a good confidence level when she goes in the next time that the work will get completed. So, you know, like I said yesterday, all's well that ends well. It's just an ongoing process. So me and Ruby don't have the beta for another couple of weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is. That's okay. Although there's people, yeah, it's 28th. It's about 2 weeks, 14 days. It's the 18th, yeah. So it's a week and a half. I was rounding with a large error. What was I going to say? I know people.
When you say end of the month, I've got some drop dead stuff.
Yeah.
You're making it sound like, oh my God,
it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I was making it sound farther than it was.
It needs to be 6 months away.
Right. What I was going to say is I know some very patient drivers in the local area that have qualified for the full self-driving beta with their safety score and still have not received it on their car. So some of us have really old FSD beta releases and haven't been getting any updates, and others that are qualified for the program haven't gotten it on their car yet, period. So I'm sure Tesla, between regulators and reviewing and all of that good stuff, I'm sure they're rolling it out as fast as they can handle and manage and keep us all safe. All I'm saying is just because Ruby gets the cameras doesn't mean like the next day she's going to have the beta, right? It just puts me in the queue waiting like everybody else. It's warmed up enough I had to put my jacket around my waist today. It's getting hot. I only have on 1 layer or 2 instead of the usual 2 layers. Not counting the coat, of course, which is a 3rd layer. I do have a risk for some overnight wind as cooler air rushes in for the weekend. However, so enjoy it today, enjoy it today. Dawn did run home, and I took a phone call from a friend, talked Tesla stuff. Well, it was fun, but I didn't film Dawn walking away. But he's home. He's like, do I need to come get you at the environmental park? And I'm like, no, I'm in the car. I'm good. I'm just sitting here running my mouth. Oh, I don't know. I'd like to cook us breakfast now. One of us, me this time, has done a 2-day fast. And I probably wanted to cook for us, but I don't know if Don's in a position that he can eat and enjoy it. He likes to come sit on the couch for, he needs a 15-minute window, let's just say it like that, to come and eat and not inhale his food and enjoy it. And so I'm just gonna play it by ear, see what works for him when I get in there. Sometime after the first 30 minutes, which we're 15 minutes into now, they slow up. They're he's more able to take a 15-minute break than at the very beginning where it's all hot and heavy what they're going to cover. And because it's really it's a working session more than it is just this is not a status meeting. This is a bunch of worker bees on a working call. So anyway, we'll see. I am sad to report that Michelle is not going to be able to meet me at Guardian Angel this week. I know some of you really like the shopping clips, and I'm sure there's a few of you that probably wish I wouldn't include the shopping clips, but I hear a lot of positive feedback, so, and it's fun for us girls to document our fun shopping days. But they're going down to Charlotte for a convention of some sort. I think she said, oh, what's the name of that movie? A title with nerds in it. There's like a reunion down there or something, and they're doing cosplay and dressing up and going down there, and she just wasn't able to meet me. So boo-hoo. I tried not to cry too hard. And I'm trying to decide when I'm going to get over to Fuquay for at least an hour. I won't be quite as long a full tour, and maybe on my way to get Johnny today, but I haven't decided. I'm home. Here's Tuxie. Oh, big stretch. Meow. Hi, bud. Marty's over here in the tall chair. Hey, bud. Meow. How are you? How are you? Marty's such a good boy. Yeah, we love our Mart. And then Stripey's over here. So everybody's behaving, sleepy, enjoying the nice weather. I need to clean your seat. I'll do that this spring. Hey, bud. I don't know where Morris is. I don't right offhand see him at the top of the hill. Like he's not in the chair that's still up there or on the ground under it. But I'm sure he's close by. All right. That's Dawn's breakfast. Bacon, omelet with hamburger pork ground up in it, and steak.
Yum. I'm a lucky guy.
I already ate my 2 pieces of bacon. And there's my 2 fried eggs, cheese, and piece of steak after 45 hours of fasting. I decided to go ahead and go to Guardian Angel. I'll have about 45 minutes, something like that. Not a ton of time, but enough time to hunt for Legos and important things Michelle and I care about. Oh, my tummy's full after that good breakfast. Good afternoon, Ruby. I'm tired. It is afternoon. Well, Gypsy was back again this morning and ate around 10:50. I'll put up a little clip for you Gypsy fans out there. I like regular visits. I do. I look down every time I come past now just because I saw him down there that one time. Of course, that was when he was on his way out, not just hanging around. But at any point, I was very glad to see. I came home and from the walk, and there was not a lot of food left on the front porch, which told me he'd been there. And then I went and looked on the security camera and verified it. I'm sure Ring is happy to know that people primarily use their cameras just for watching their pets. All right, I want to be downtown by 2:15. And it's going to take me, let's just say it's going to take me 35 minutes to get there. So 1:40, it's 12:53. Yeah, like I said, I've actually got a little under 45 minutes. Yeah, better said, I've left from here at 1:40 before, but it would be better if I left closer to 1:30. I probably don't have enough time for Little Angel, but I'm noting that they've put up their St. Patrick's Day stuff. Well, they also have started putting out Easter stuff, so that's super cool. I'm always looking for another house. As we walk this journey from beginning to end, I'm so glad I have you as my best friend. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. I don't see any Lego bricks. Well, if you like NASCAR race car stuff, they've got a good selection here today. I don't have a lot of time to look at clothes today. That's the one thing that goes when I'm in here for just a short while, but they got a lot of new stuff and a lot of new winter stuff still. Michelle did get a St. Patrick's Day shirt and these little alien figurines that Connor's into that particular alien. It was just a lucky guess on my part. And I got a kitty cat pendant and silver plate and crystals, a piece of costume jewelry, and that one little Easter village piece. And I think that's it. One piece of clothing, probably for Ariel. I think it's too small for me. Most likely it was a Reebok pink thing, but I might try it on first. And I'm out of here. Ruby says I'm gonna get downtown at 2:10, so my timing is perfect. But no Legos today. Even though I got Legos Tuesday, I was still hoping for more Legos. More afternoons than not, they have this right lane here closed now. I really need to get left before I get on the other side of the big stoplight back there. It's just hard to get over. It's only a 1 or 2 minute delay / slow down, but at least they aren't doing it in the morning when it's more congested out here. I'm pretty sure this vehicle in front of me is the one that was near the house when I was leaving Fuquay that dropped that load of something down on the pavement. You know, it's a pretty unique looking vehicle, so yeah, this was by the house just a little while ago. I guess while I stopped in, he's being towed off. Yeah, it was obvious he'd had some sort of a malfunction. Just my luck that my timing leaving Guardian Angel had him in front of me out here. Tailgating, no mud flaps. Well, other than the one lane closed, everything else was pretty easy going on the way into downtown this afternoon, just the way I like it. Just coming back through town, and boy, is there a lot of traffic. It is only Thursday, right? It's not Friday afternoon. Seems like Friday afternoon is always more traffic. Yeah, just pull out a little slower and then keep going, bud. Okay. Anyway, it's busy. Those last 2 or 3 stoplights there getting out of town. Always busy. I was gonna say don't do it. Just don't. You guys have seen this roller coaster track. It looks a lot like the train track. It's just not as wide. But Lego also has a special roller coaster car and a different kind of roller coaster track. But Lego also has a different kind of roller coaster car and track. It's upside down here. You can see that it can't fall off. It slides really nice. I'm going to be working on a roller coaster like this too. I'm excited. I only have about 20 steps until I'm done assembling the van, the little camper van, so I'm going to finish that up now. It shouldn't take too long. I think I've got all the parts that I need, the special parts and the regular ones. I've made cheese stuffed chicken breast for the family for dinner. I'm not sure who's eating it tonight versus who's eating it tomorrow, but this is one of Don and Johnny's favorites. I cook a lot of steak, and they like steak, but they really like it when I make this. You know, anything with bacon is better. So 40-45 minutes, we'll time it with coming home from Taekwondo. All right, there's the van and the camper trailer and the picnic table, and this is a barbecue grill. There's you know, you put a piece of meat on it. Actually, the turkey drumstick doesn't want to stay right side up. I have a way I think I can fix that. But anyway, there it is. The bike lifts off, but that's how they were demoing it. And then this top part lifts up. Yeah, the whole thing. So you can get down inside of there, and you can bring this out. So you got your little bed. The bed folds away when it's not in use, and you got storage down underneath there. They didn't. I have to go back and double check that they didn't put anything there, but I don't think they did. So I'm not sure the purpose of those things, but it's pretty neat, the moving parts on it and such. You got a surfboard on the back, and then someone up front driving. This doesn't open in any way, but you can easily take off the top, put your change up your minifigure that's inside, put the top back on. So anyway, pretty cool. I just put the wolf in the trailer for lack of anything better to put back there right now. And it does have a real ball joint up in there, and it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm not quite ready to start on the roller coaster yet. I still have a couple things to build, and it turns out in that last box that snow resort chalet appeared to have almost all of the pieces for it. So I'm probably going to assemble that because it'll look great in my winter village and/or the snow area of my amusement park, either one. So I might work on that next chance I get to do stuff. They're in here trying to get the cement off the road. I took a dash cam clip. They have a real strong brush head thing, and they're trying to get it off. It's mostly in the other lane. I know it's okay to be in this lane, or whatever they put down this morning, or that cement truck. I don't know. It's a real mess over there. I'm sure he isn't happy he broke down either. Although I'm not sure, since that lane over there is much darker and looks coated in something. Don and I couldn't tell this morning if they put like dry stuff down to soak up a spill, or if the truck just had a spill. I don't know. The intersection is not in a cloud of dust anymore. Then that shows they've really got it cleaned up pretty good. I'd say they've got it cleaned up pretty good. So maybe by the time we leave Taekwondo, it'll be over. No, it's not cleaned up that good. It's still all over the intersection. Wow. Well, I was on the Triangle Tesla bi-weekly call while Johnny was at Taekwondo. It's time to go pick him up now. They'll talk for a little while longer. Since we were all in person on Saturday, it was maybe not quite as many questions today.
Micromanage the White House, as so many presidents before him had tried to do. Governing the United States of America was difficult enough without trying to concern himself with the inner workings of the White House and interaction with agency heads. Fielding continued. All events on the president's schedule for the day have been canceled. Maggie, just a moment, interrupted the Secretary of State. We've been putting off the